Dear child, if you're absorbing these words right now, understand that it is not a chance encounter. There is a profound reason your path has led you here at this very moment. Your guiding energies, your guardian angels, have a message of immense power intended solely for you. Before we delve deeper, I warmly invite you to draw in a long, slow breath. Consciously open the chambers of your heart and allow the gentle stillness to quiet the chatter of your mind. What you are poised to receive holds the potential to fundamentally reshape your perception of the future awaiting you, the unfolding narrative of your love story, and the truly beautiful existence that the heavens are meticulously preparing for your soul's journey. If this message resonates within the core of your being, touching that place of quiet knowing, please acknowledge it within your spirit. Perhaps offer a silent affirmation of faith, a quiet yes to the universe, and consider sharing this encouragement with another soul who might be navigating a difficult passage today and needs a beacon of hope. Stay present with me through these words, beloved one, for there is a divine blessing intricately woven into this tapestry of language, a gift meant precisely and specifically for you, tailored to your unique frequency. You are present today because the universe, heaven itself, desires for you to grasp something of critical importance. The individual destined to be your life partner, your future spouse, has already been identified and chosen in the higher realms. They're not geographically distant in some unreachable place. They're not lost wandering aimlessly. They are, at this very moment, undergoing a process of preparation, guided with extraordinary tenderness and divine care. And yes, beloved, listen closely. This soul is younger than you in chronological years. This connection is divinely appointed, orchestrated with perfect timing, a creation conceived by the source of all things with your spirit held gently in mind. This revelation might come as a surprise. It might challenge the preconceived notions you have nurtured concerning love, relationships, and the perceived proper sequence of life events. But your guiding energies earnestly wish for you to absorb this truth with absolute clarity today. Age, as measured by calendars and birthdays, presents no insurmountable barrier to the flow of divine love. The one chosen specifically for you is not selected based on the quantity of suns they have circled. Their selection stems from the profound and harmonious alignment of their spirit with yours. They were chosen because their soul resonates with the very same eternal song that echoes within the depths of your own being. They were chosen because they inherently carry the qualities, the understanding, the energy that your heart intrinsically needs to feel whole and complete. Conversely, they were chosen because you, in turn, carry the very essence, the strength, the wisdom that their own heart has been yearning for, perhaps even crying out for in silent prayers across time. And understand this foundational truth. Heaven, the divine intelligence, does not orchestrate mistakes. Your future spouse may possess fewer years on this earthly plane, but their spirit carries an ancient resonance. They are imbued with a wisdom that seems to stretch far beyond their chronological age. They carry within them an old soul, one that seems to hold echoes of knowing you across vast spans of time, across lifetimes perhaps, through countless whispered prayers you both have sent aloft, and within dreams too profound and sacred for the limitations of human language to fully capture. You must know you are not too much for them. Your life experiences, your depth, your journey does not intimidate their spirit. You're not too far ahead on the path for them to meet you where you are. You're not too complicated for their heart to understand and embrace. You are not too weathered by the storms of life to be seen as beautiful and desirable in their eyes. You are in fact perfect for them, exactly as you are. And they, in their unique essence, are perfect for you, even in this present moment as preparations continue. Heaven is diligently preparing their heart, softening any rough edges, expanding its capacity for a love like yours. Heaven is meticulously preparing their mind, clearing away limiting beliefs or societal conditioning that might obstruct recognition. Heaven is carefully shaping their spirit, attuning it to recognize the frequency of your soul when the divinely appointed time for your meeting arrives. And beloved child, be aware that time is drawing nearer with each passing sunrise. Every single day, they are growing, evolving, maturing into the individual who possesses the capacity and the readiness to love you properly, fully, and without reservation. Each day, they are consciously or unconsciously shedding layers of fear, insecurities, or past patterns that, left unaddressed, could have inadvertently caused you pain or hindered the depth of your connection. Every day that passes, they are becoming, more and more definitively, the living, breathing answer to the heartfelt prayers you may have once whispered into the silence, perhaps fearing they went unheard or unanswered. Your future spouse is currently navigating lessons, sometimes challenging ones, so that they will possess the inner fortitude to stand firmly beside you later, unwavering in their commitment. They are facing and overcoming tests right now, strengthening their character so they can hold the immensity of your heart later, without trembling in fear or doubt. And you, dear one, you are also undergoing a parallel process of profound preparation. You are cultivating deeper levels of patience, learning to trust the unfolding divine timeline. You're growing exponentially in wisdom, integrating the lessons of your own journey. You are consciously or unconsciously becoming the safe harbor, the place of emotional sanctuary that their soul has long searched for, but perhaps never truly found in others. Because a love of this magnitude, a connection this sacred, cannot be rushed into existence by human will alone. Because a destiny woven with such divine intention cannot be forced or manipulated into premature bloom. Because when the ultimate creator, God, pens a love story, it is inscribed with the ink of eternity, considering not just temporal happiness, but profound soul healing. Not just for superficial comfort, but for the fulfillment of a shared, higher calling. Not just for fleeting pleasure, but for the anchoring of a deep and meaningful purpose. You may have experienced periods where you felt profoundly delayed, stagnant even. You may have observed others around you meeting their partners, celebrating unions, and felt a pang of questioning, wondering why your own season of waiting seemed indefinitely prolonged. But beloved, understand this vital truth. Your wait has never been a form of punishment. It has been a period of intense, purposeful preparation. God, the universe, has been strategically hiding you, shielding you from connections that were not aligned with your highest good. God has been diligently protecting your heart, preserving its tenderness and openness. God has been carefully preserving your energy, your essence, for a connection so profoundly sacred, so remarkably deep, so undeniably real that no imitation, no counterfeit relationship could ever possibly substitute for its authenticity. And yes, when it manifests, it will likely surprise you in its form or timing. It will undoubtedly humble you, revealing the intricate workings of a plan far grander than you could have conceived. It will surely move you to tears of gratitude and recognition when you finally gaze into their eyes and recognize a love so pure, so unconditional, that your very soul breathes a sigh of relief, finding ease simply by being in their presence. Imagine the moment when you feel their hand gently close around yours, and the profound realization washes over you. You don't have to perform. You don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be someone you're not. You don't have to diminish your light, your intelligence, your strength in order to be loved and accepted. You will be loved completely, exactly as you are. You will be seen, truly seen in your entirety, as you are. You will be celebrated for the unique individual you are, not in spite of your age difference, not merely because of some superficial aspect, but because your spirit resonates and matches theirs with perfect, harmonious synchronicity. Because your individual journeys, though perhaps unfolding along different timelines and landscapes, have ultimately converged, leading you both to the very same threshold, the same sacred door. Because your life lessons, though learned at different paces and through different experiences, have inscribed the same language of resilience, compassion, and wisdom across the surfaces of your hearts. Because your prayers, though perhaps spoken from vastly different seasons of life, have ascended and reached the very same throne of grace in heaven. And from that celestial place, the answer came resounding. Yes, heaven declared unequivocally, these two belong together. And nothing, no lingering doubt within your own mind, no fear projected from others, no arbitrary delay, no societal expectation or judgment can possibly undo or nullify what heaven itself has spoken into existence. Your future spouse is younger than you in calendar years, yes, but their heart possesses the maturity, the ancient knowing sufficient to recognize the soulmate frequency in you. Their spirit possesses the strength required to consciously choose you, to commit to you, amidst any external noise or internal hesitation. Their soul carries the bravery needed to stay with you, to walk alongside you through all of life's seasons. And you, beloved, you're most certainly not missing out on anything essential. You are not falling behind some imaginary timeline. You are not foolish or naive for holding on to faith, for believing in the possibility of this extraordinary love. You are precisely on time according to the divine schedule. You are exactly where you need to be, undergoing the final stages of your own preparation. You are diligently preparing the fertile soil of your life, enriching it with self-love, wisdom, and faith, making it ready for a harvest of love so abundant, so joyful, that its sweetness will shock even you. And when you finally meet, when destiny orchestrates that perfect moment and introduces you face to face, there will be an absence of awkwardness. There will be no residue of shame about the past or the age difference. There will be no crippling hesitation born of fear, only profound recognition, only an encompassing sense of peace, only that quiet, holy, internal knowing. Ah, there you are. I have loved you across 1,000 silent prayers, and they will feel it too, this powerful resonance. Even if their logical mind attempts to protest or question the circumstances, their spirit will instinctively bow in acknowledgement. Even if their eyes momentarily hold a question, their soul will begin to sing its resonant harmony. Even if their heart experiences a tremor of vulnerability or the magnitude of the connection, their love for you will root itself swiftly, deeply, and eternally within their being. Because this connection transcends mere physical attraction. It goes beyond simple compatible chemistry. It is far more profound than conventional romance. This is the essence of divine alignment. This is purpose meeting its counterpart purpose. This is promise finding its embrace in another promise fulfilled. This is precisely what heaven envisioned for you both all along. So, do not allow fear to arise concerning the difference in your ages. Do not be afraid of how others, limited by conventional thinking, might perceive your unique connection. Do not be afraid of the arguments that cold logic might try to construct against it. Because a love, conceived and nurtured in the heart of the divine, is not born of human logic. It is born of the Spirit, pure and true. And when God, the Source, orchestrates a movement, that divine intelligence does not consult with fickle human opinions. It does not seek permission from fear or doubt. It does not require validation or approval from those who lack the capacity to understand its sacred workings. It simply moves. It simply blesses. It simply fulfills its divine word. And you, beloved, are standing right now on the very edge of that fulfillment, poised on the threshold of receiving what has been promised, closer than your ingrained fears might allow you to truly feel in this moment, closer than your lingering doubts might permit you to clearly see, closer than your weary, waiting heart even dares to fully believe is possible after all this time. The period of waiting has not been a wasted season. The prayers whispered in solitude have not been ignored or dismissed. The stretches of loneliness have not been forgotten by the heavens. Every single moment you chose to spend trusting in the unseen plan, every tear you wept while holding on to hope, every courageous step you took forward in faith, even when the path was unclear, all of it was actively constructing an invisible, yet incredibly strong, bridge between your heart and theirs. And soon, very soon, your paths are destined to cross in the physical realm. Soon, your eyes will meet across a crowded room or in a quiet, unexpected place. Soon, your souls will instantly recognize the resonance, acknowledging what your conscious minds are still only beginning to fully understand. That this love, this profoundly sacred bond, was never a product of random chance or coincidence. It was always a covenant, a sacred agreement, written into the fabric of existence by the ultimate author of life itself. You will discover that you won't have to fight relentlessly to make them stay by your side. You will not find yourself begging or pleading just to be truly seen and valued for who you are. You will not have to shrink yourself, dim your light, or compromise your core being in order to receive their love, because the one who is coming towards you has been meticulously prepared by the very same divine hands that shaped and molded you. Their heart has been tenderized and softened by the same compassionate spirit that offered you comfort in your times of need. Their soul has been carefully tuned to resonate with the exact same frequency of unwavering hope that has sustained you through your own trials. And when you finally stand face to face, perhaps when you hear their voice speaking your name for the very first time, when you feel that undeniable, magnetic pull between your spirits, a profound knowing will settle deep within you. This is what I was patiently waiting for. This is the reason why all the previous connections did not ultimately work out. This explains why the road sometimes felt so arduous and long. This is the manifestation of why God whispered, "Trust me," because the blessing that is being brought forth into your life is exponentially bigger than the prayers you might have thought were too audacious or bold to even utter. It possesses a depth far greater than the dreams you were perhaps afraid to fully embrace or dream aloud. It holds a sweetness more profound than the love you might have mistakenly believed you had missed out on or that had passed you by. Your soulmate, younger perhaps in the count of earthly years, but ancient and wise in the maturity of their spirit, is actively walking toward you even as you receive this message. Perhaps they are not even consciously aware of it, yet on a mental level. Perhaps their logical mind hasn't fully caught up with the intuitive knowing stirring within their spirit. Maybe they are still in the final stages of healing from past experiences. Maybe they are still integrating crucial life lessons. But rest assured, their steps are being divinely ordered. Their path toward you is being cleared of unnecessary obstacles. Their heart is being gently but persistently awakened to the possibility of a love like yours. And heaven itself will not permit them to somehow miss you or bypass this destined encounter. The invisible thread connecting your souls is incredibly strong, resilient. It cannot be severed by fear, yours or theirs. It cannot be broken by perceived delays or setbacks. It cannot be lost amidst the confusion or complexities of life, because it was meticulously woven by divine hands. It was sealed with the power of sacred prayers, yours and theirs, and those praying for you both. It has been consistently covered in layers of angelic protection. And soon, that luminous thread will lead them directly, unerringly, straight to you. You will not have to chase after them, desperately seeking their attention. You will not need to convince them of your worthiness or the validity of your connection. You will not have to spend restless nights wondering if they are truly the one meant for you. The deep knowing, the certainty will be entirely mutual. The soul recognition will feel almost instantaneous, like finding a long-lost part of yourself. The energetic connection between you will be utterly undeniable, palpable even to those around you. And though the outside world, conditioned by conventional norms, may whisper doubts or raise eyebrows, your hearts will resonate together, shouting a louder, more profound truth. This love was chosen by God. This union was blessed and sanctioned by heaven. This beautiful, unique story was always meant to be written and lived. And child, prepare yourself, for you will be loved in a manner with a depth and consistency that you may have never experienced before. Not just for your radiant light, but cherished also for your shadows. not just celebrated for your joyful smiles, but held tenderly through your scars and vulnerabilities. Not just present for the easy, sunlit days, but steadfastly anchored beside you during the inevitable storms of life, too. They will choose you fully, wholeheartedly, without lingering fear clouding their decision, without hesitation holding them back, without any need for apology regarding their choice. They will perceive your accumulated wisdom not as a gap, but as profoundly beautiful. They will view your inner strength not as intimidating, but as deeply inspiring. They will honor your personal journey, with all its twists and turns, as sacred and valuable. They will not perceive your age as a barrier or an obstacle to overcome. Instead, they will recognize it as a bridge leading to deeper mutual understanding, to a richer, more nuanced tapestry of love, to a stronger, more resilient partnership built on diverse experiences. Because in the realm of eternity where souls connect, your hearts are essentially the same age. Because your souls intuitively speak the same ancient, resonant language of love and truth. Because both of your spirits bow in reverence before the same divine source, the same loving King. And what heaven itself has aligned and brought together, no fleeting human opinion, no societal pressure, can ever truly separate. You will walk forward together, hand in hand, into a shared life characterized by profound peace and mutual respect. You will collaboratively build a home, a sanctuary filled not just with material comforts, but with the music of genuine laughter and shared joy. You will together serve a purpose that extends far beyond your individual selves, contributing positively to the world around you. And the extraordinary love you share will not only serve as a catalyst for profound healing within both of you, but it will also ripple outwards, offering healing, hope, and inspiration to others who are witnessing your unique story unfold. Your marriage, your union, will stand as a living testimony, a tangible, breathing proof that God's divine timing is always perfect, even when it defies human logic. It will be a living proof that God's choices for us are invariably better, richer, and more fulfilling than anything we could have meticulously planned for ourselves. It will serve as undeniable, living proof that authentic love is indeed stronger than numbers on a calendar, stronger than the weight of others' opinions, and ultimately, infinitely stronger than fear. You, beloved, were never forgotten or overlooked during your season of waiting. You were specifically chosen, intentionally set apart, lovingly held in reserve for something truly holy, something exceptionally precious. And soon, very soon, your hands will tangibly hold the very blessing that your heart has so faithfully believed in for so long. Soon, your physical eyes will clearly see what your spirit has already known deep down was coming. Soon, your soul will finally find its deep, abiding rest in the presence of the one it has been yearning for across time and space. The waiting period was never intended as punishment. It was divine protection. The moments of profound loneliness were not acts of cruelty. They were integral parts of your sacred preparation. The periods of silence from the heavens were not abandonment. They represented sacred space being meticulously carved out within you, making room for something too precious, too divine, to be rushed or forced. You are closer now than you think, closer than the anxieties might make you feel, closer than the lingering doubts allow you to perceive, closer than your weary, hopeful heart even dares to fully believe possible right now. Hold on, dear child. Hold on with faith just a little longer, because the magnificent story that heaven has lovingly written specifically for you is poised to unfold right before your very eyes. And its beauty, its depth, its sacredness will surpass anything you ever dared to imagine in your wildest dreams. And yes, it will be more beautiful than you ever dared to imagine, because God, the source of all love, does not bestow halfway blessings. He does not answer heartfelt prayers in a partial or incomplete manner. He does not author half-hearted, lukewarm love stories. When God moves, the movement is always towards fullness and completion. When God restores what has been lost or broken, the restoration is always characterized by abundance, far exceeding what was taken. When God sends love into a life, it is sent to overflow, to spill out, to enrich not just the recipients, but all they touch. And this love, beloved, this specific, destined love, will indeed overflow in every area of your life. It will overflow into your mornings, filling them with spontaneous smiles you thought you had perhaps lost the capacity for. It will overflow into your nights, wrapping you in a profound sense of peace and security that you might have feared you would never feel again. It will overflow into your moments of prayer and reflection, gradually turning sighs of longing and yearning into heartfelt songs of gratitude and thanksgiving. You will find yourself walking differently through the world, with a lighter step, a renewed sense of purpose. You will breathe differently, drawing in life more fully, more joyfully. You will hope differently, with a certainty and conviction born of witnessed miracles. Because when you are loved rightly, truly, and unconditionally, the tiny cracks and fissures within your soul begin to mend and heal. The doubts that once screamed accusations in your mind gradually grow quiet, losing their power. The fears that once gripped your heart with icy tendrils begin to fall away, dissolving like old, rusty chains. You will no longer waste precious energy wondering if you are inherently enough. You will no longer need to question whether you are truly lovable at your core. You will no longer have to battle the insidious lie that somehow you missed your destined chance for deep connection and happiness. Because love itself will be standing right there in front of you, embodied in this person, younger in years, yes, but undeniably mighty in heart, holy in spirit, and yours in a way that feels divinely ordained. And when you finally hold their hand in yours, you will feel as though you are holding 1,000 answered prayers. When you hear the sound of their laughter, it will resonate within you like a melody heaven composed exclusively for your ears. When you feel their arms wrapped around you in a secure embrace, you will tangibly feel the loving embrace of a God who always intended this precious moment, this sacred connection for you. Nothing essential will be missing from this picture. Nothing will feel broken or incomplete within the dynamic. Nothing truly valuable will feel lost or sacrificed. Everything you might have thought you gave up or surrendered during the long season of waiting will be returned to you, often in ways far more beautiful and meaningful than you ever dreamed possible. And this restoration comes because you trusted when it was difficult, because you continued to believe even when evidence seemed scarce, because you dared to hope even when hope felt foolish or illogical. And heaven always rewards that kind of persistent hope. Heaven always crowns that caliber of unwavering faith. Heaven always meticulously finishes the beautiful stories it begins. Your future spouse may be younger than you chronologically, but their love will feel ancient in its wisdom and utterly sure in its foundation. Their loyalty to you will feel unshakable, a bedrock upon which you can truly rely. Their passion, not just physically, but their passion for the well-being of your heart, will feel relentless and unwavering. In every place within yourself that you once felt compelled to guard fiercely, you will gradually feel safe enough to open. Every old wound or scar you once thought you had to meticulously hide from view, you will feel secure enough to show, knowing it will be met with compassion. Every dream you once secretly harbored but feared was too big or audacious to voice, you will feel safe enough to speak aloud, knowing it will be met with encouragement, because they were quite literally made for you, fashioned by divine hands for you, chosen with infinite care for you. And you, beloved, were made for them, too, in perfect complementarity. Your inherent strength will lift them up when they falter. Your accumulated wisdom will serve as a gentle guide on their path. Your steady, unconditional love will provide an anchor for them in turbulent times. Your authentic laughter will bring healing balm to their own spirit. You will be their shelter from the storms of life, and simultaneously their springboard into greater growth. You will be their safe place to land and concurrently their greatest, most enthusiastic cheerleader. You will be the one they look at across a room, day after day, and silently thank God for bringing into their life. And they, in turn, will be the very same for you. A constant, living reminder that God hears the deepest cries of the heart, that God faithfully answers prayers in His perfect timing, that God consistently exceeds even the boldest requests made in faith. Together, you will consciously build a life that doesn't just contain hope, but actively radiates hope outward to a world often starved for it. Together, you will intentionally break negative generational patterns or curses that may have plagued your families in the past. Together, you will leave behind a lasting legacy, not just of material success, but of profound faith, fierce loyalty, and unwavering love. In your unique story, the narrative of your connection will whisper its powerful message to others who are still waiting, still hoping. Trust Him. Wait patiently for Him. He is always faithful. You're not too old for this kind of love. You're not too late for this depth of connection. You're precisely right on time for the specific miracle that heaven has meticulously prepared just for you. And when you inevitably look back upon your journey from the vantage point of this fulfilled love, you will not regret a single moment of the often difficult waiting. You will not regret a single tear cried in earnest hope. You will not regret a single prayer whispered into the stillness of the night, because you will hold the tangible answer to all of it in your arms, in your life. And you will know, deep within the core of your spirit, it was absolutely worth it. It was worth it all. So breathe deeply now, beloved. Find rest in the certainty of this promise. Cultivate trust in the divine process, even when you cannot see the full picture. Stay expectant, nurturing that flame of hopeful anticipation within your heart. Because soon, perhaps sooner than your logical mind can currently grasp, the narrative of your life is about to shift in a beautiful direction. Your heart is preparing to rejoice in ways it hasn't for a long time. Your past prayers are on the cusp of becoming your present reality. And love, true love, divine love, heaven-ordained love, will finally be yours to hold, to nurture, to keep for all your days. And it will be more stunningly beautiful, more profoundly sacred, more powerfully transformative than anything you ever thought you truly deserved or could possibly experience. Because heaven truly writes the best, most intricate, most fulfilling love stories. Because God always keeps His promises, even those whispered silently in the heart. Because you are His beloved child, and He always, without fail, gives His absolute best to those precious souls who wait with enduring hope. You're almost there. You're almost home in this sense. You're almost holding the very thing you dare to believe was possible. Stay strong in your faith. Stay tender in your heart. Stay faithful in your spirit. The one who was specifically made for you, the one perhaps younger in years, but undeniably eternal in spirit, the one whose existence was written into the script of your life long before you even knew what kind of love to pray for. They are coming. They are on their way. And heaven itself is smiling with anticipation even now. Because in the grand tapestry of existence, love always, ultimately, wins. Amen.